Yeah, I'm just gonna do. Okay, so here's the demo. We're sitting here out in the Meta's their reality lab. We just visited the store, the Meta store there, and we managed to purchase the Meta Rayban displays, which is awesome. Like this feels like an iconic place to open this. We have the planes flying into San Francisco airport. It's looking amazing. The weather is nice. We're here. It's a month after they were released, but I'm happy with that. Always being as early as you can. This is awesome. It's such a cool thing, right? We have the band, neural band. So we actually had a demo in the store. You have to have a demo to be able to buy this. It's very quick, like it's easy to get a hold of. If you've had the Quests, the VR headset before, you're kind of used to having to hold up your hands when you're using this gestures to control everything. But with this, you can have it like in your pocket, behind your hand, or behind your back. So the neural band you have, then you roll this out, and you get the glasses. Damn, this is almost like Apple level packaging. I think Meta has really nailed down and you will see it, the case and everything is put a lot of money into designing this and just making it such a good experience, and also learning from the previous Meta Ray-Bans with the case and everything, on how to become better. But here we have them. Damn.
I need a terminal card.
This looks. This is a large. So they only. It's a really limited availability for this. I booked. We had a meeting with a guy at the Meta Lab. Now I don't really know how to open this, but we had a meeting with a guy, so I actually had a time booked at Best Buy to go and buy this, but I missed it. But here, so all of these are progressive glasses, not progressive, but they turn dark out in the sun, which is very cool. Here we go. I bought the ones that were in stock, but the larger. I have a very large head, so it's working on me. But it's nice. Now it turns. I'm always so amazed especially with the first generation Meta Ray-Ban, the like speed that they turn dark and how dark they actually turn from being completely see-through. But we kind of get this. So we get this case that looks like your mom glasses, the grandma glasses, but it folds down like this.
Okay, pick up your 5.
And like this, it's ready to just go back into your pocket and everything. And you have most of the features back from the previous versions with the cameras, the microphones, the speakers in the glasses. Such a nice everything, especially with this now. It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
We're gonna try this out now a bit more. We're sitting here. We have Bror, Felix, Carl. Carl is leaving for the airport, so this was very impromptu because I couldn't really hold myself, and I barely can with these things. But just such a cool thing. So now we're gonna try this, I guess. Test it out. See, the big question will be, we bought them here in San Francisco. The big question will be, will they work when we get back to Sweden or Copenhagen? It's so futuristic.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your hand between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. 'cause if I say I miss you, I know that you won't. But I miss you in the mornings when I see the sun.
Let's fucking go!
To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'm poisoning myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare at the way the orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around.
Okay, hey guys, now we're back from SF, we're back from the unboxing, and this is gonna be the kind of review of the Meta glasses, what we've seen so far using them, testing them, letting people try them out. Lots of very interesting things that we saw while using it. My initial impression is still, it's very, very cool. It's kind of gimmicky, but is definitely like a big step up from using the old Meta Raybans. So I have been using the Meta Raybans regular ones, the first gen. It's a very similar setup, but without the screen. So there's a couple of drawbacks and a couple of things that still are very good with the regular Raybans. We have here the regular ones. It's going back to this from using the display ones is crazy how light these are. Like the amount of technology they've been able to push into this are incredible, definitely. Like these just on another level, oops, I actually took a photo, but are on another level of like, you can't even really see that they're smart glasses, right? And this both of these turn dark, as you guys saw before in the sun. So definitely some good stuff. These are bigger, the display ones. As you can see, there's more things to fit in them, but you still see these are kind of see-through, right? And you see the tight squeeze of everything being just packed into these glasses all the way through. And it's really incredible what they're able to do. But setting this up and using them, it's quite easy with the neural band. It's very quick to get used to the motions. So to set up or show the screen, just double tap your index finger and it comes up. And you kind of look cross-eyed when you're looking at it. So now, currently I'm looking at the screen here, controlling it. So just have regular hand gestures like this, kind of using your hand as a touchpad, going through everything. And I have connected WhatsApp, my regular iPhone calls, Spotify with music, Instagram, Messenger, and you also have Meta's Maps on here. That currently doesn't work in the EU to get instructions live in the glasses, but you can send instructions to your phone. And also captions for getting real-time captions in your screen while talking to someone. And it might be talking to someone in another language, getting them translated in real time to English. So very, very cool. There is some getting used to with having the band on your arm. It pushes into your wrist quite a lot. So getting some marks after like having it on a whole day. And my experience is that it works better when it's quite tight on your wrist. But I would really like to see someone come out with this wearable, right, that just includes all of this, because this setup tends to be in the way sometimes. So just like a really simple wearable that includes like the neural link, the heart rate sensor that the Whoop currently provides, and just getting everything into one package, right? And maybe some time also. But very, very cool with everything. The initial responses from showing this to people has been overwhelmingly like amazement, I would say. It's hard to show someone like the actual productivity gain that you gain from this, but still very cool product. And I think this is the big step in going from this to actually getting a screen, and before going straight to the Meta Quest. So comparing the glasses against each other, you have the displays, and you also have the smaller, so the Meta Ray-Bans. And it's a bit of a difference. The display ones are actually the large model, so there is a smaller or standard model for it. So there's no difference in price. This was just what was available for me, and I have quite a big head, so it makes sense for me to have these smaller or larger ones. But there is quite a difference. Weight-wise, it's a very big difference. It feels like a big difference, and especially with the display ones, you really feel that the weight is more forward in the glasses compared to the regular glasses. It's a bit further back, a bit more balanced on your face. It feels like it's hard to show that here, but a big difference in weight, and it's to be expected, right? There's so much more hardware in the display than in this. But then also comparing this all the way up to this big monster, this seems like just a small drop in the ocean. It's super light, and I mean, you have the limitations of the Meta Quest 3, that it's heavy. You can't really have it on your face for more than an hour, but you also get so much more features, being able to mirror your computer screen with this. So definitely some ups and downs, but love the case, and since it is a bit larger than the old one, being able to fold it down is very much appreciated, and it's simple to insert them and store it. But we get this a bit more flimsy feeling when we're open compared to the old ones. But very cool, and a very good job with the hardware and the feeling of this. And going over to the band then for the Rayban's display, we see that it consists of these like sensors along the band. This is the medium size, and it fits most wrists except for some very small ones where you have to get a smaller band. But it's very simple, like it does your job very good, but it's very finicky when you're trying to put it on, and it isn't really that easy for a new person to understand that you're supposed to do like that, open it, and then you can pull it out. And you see, even now that I've been using this for a while, it's a bit finicky thanks to these ribbed parts of the band. But it's a very comfortable band, and I don't have too much to say about this. It's definitely something that you forget that you're wearing, and I would say is pretty stylish with this like cloth feeling in the band. But a good overall product and feel of this, I would say. And I think to kind of solidify the argument that this is somewhat of the step before this, right, is that like this was very cool when you first started. It feels like this crazy thing of like a floating screen somewhere. And the thing that this provides, the MetaQuest, is that here you have the awareness of the room, kind of the screen floating in the room, and you still get this simple feeling with the display glasses, right? Because the screens is always in the same position respective to your eye when you're moving around. So sometimes it pops up and it takes like a second for your eye to realize that, oh, there's a message in the Meta display instead of there's something here in real life, which is something to get used to. One thing to think about also is that my left eye is my dominant eye, but the Meta glasses has the display on the right side here, which makes it so that I would say it feels like it's quite hard to focus on the screen when you have it up, but at the same time, I don't think I'm alone with that. There's a lot of people who've been saying that it's hard to focus on the screen because it feels like it's so close, and you kind of have to. It's not naturally floating in front of you, but rather you have to kind of look down and focus on it. So looking like this. Oh, here we have it. I kind of look like a crazy person while doing that, but it's still. If you can bring more features from the MetaQuest without having to wear this huge headset, which has been getting smaller, right? But it's still very, very big compared to this. I think it could be very cool. So Meta hasn't opened any developer SDKs for the Meta glasses overall, but it feels like they're moving in the direction now where we start getting these actual apps on the glasses instead of just having like voice controls that we might be able to integrate something very soon. So I'm really hoping that we will get access to start developing with these, because there is some really cool potential here with the cameras, with the microphones, and especially with the screen and the gesture controls of this. So really, really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what this kind of is creating, or what the space it's creating is going to be, and especially how we're going to use phones and screens and everything in the future when it's going to be this accessible instead of this accessible. So we'll have to see where it ends up, but very, very cool so far. Okay, so what do we think about this then? I'm very interested in how this is going to affect us as consumers going forward, how we interact with technology, with just gestures with your hand and screens floating in your eyesight. But it's still a bit gimmicky. I would have to say that. There are some parts where it's more usable than others. You have to dictate a lot of messages if you're sending, which isn't always working the best, and it's also only in English, for example. So using it here in Europe with Swedish messages is kind of awkward, where you have to send English messages as responses, but you can also record voice messages. So it makes it a bit better. But as a whole concept of merging this kind of wearable technology of using these hand gestures to control it with the screen floating and the microphones and speakers and also cameras, I think it's really a new paradigm almost of technology being merged together. And I think this early version isn't for everyone, but I think it's very powerful to get this image of how this technology will be used, and technology as a whole being used for consumers. Not having to look at this big phone screen all the time, just quickly and like discreetly being able to just tap your fingers to answer a message quickly or a thumbs up. So I think we're moving more towards this. There's a lot of companies releasing similar products now, and Meta is just one of them, but they've done it really well, still kind of safeguarding their apps from other developers coming in. But I think this is a very, very exciting area currently, and you see that I have tested this over the last year now, which is super cool. And I will be continuing to test these and be posting some more footage from them. But I hope you enjoyed this kind of brief review and more kind of initial thoughts from them. So I've been using them for around 2 weeks now here in Sweden and in California. So with the Meta display glasses. So I've used the Meta glasses for half a year. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm wishing so much that Meta releases these SDKs to be able to develop for them. And I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell who will make this the best and very developer friendly, also getting access to all the different features. But thanks you guys so much for watching. I will hopefully see you guys soon. Bye.